Good day, crafty chums, and today I'm going to alter a bit of cardboard here. It's the back off one of my art pads, and I've pre-prepared it with some gesso. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some modelling paste to it through a stencil. So I'm just going to add some modelling paste a little bit randomly, not going to cover it all. Just going to do it in parts, just to give a bit of texture. So we're just going to make a little canvas here is what we're going to end up making. See, it's got some colour on here already from the colour that I still had from previous projects. So just going to dry that off now. Okay, so I've just got some couple of bits of acrylic paint out now, and I'm just going to tint up the background a little bit. And now it's dry, and this is a I'm doing this in aid of the hashtag Think Pink. Too much there, look, talking too much. Way too much. Just need to get another piece of paper out. So I'm doing this in aid of the Think Pink hashtag event for Creative Arts Collaboration, and I'm just going to script some of this off because I put too much on. Just going to put it onto this other in my journal so I don't waste the paint. And it's all about raising cancer awareness this month, because it's to do with breast cancer, but we're actually just raising awareness of all cancers. And I thought that I'd do this journal page in remembrance of my nan, because she died of colon cancer, and there are a lot of us who know people who have had cancer, maybe who've died from cancer, or we've gone through cancer ourselves and we're survivors, or, you know, just things like that. Cancer is one of these diseases that affect so many people, regardless of whether you have it yourself. You will know someone who's had cancer, or someone who's died from cancer, or there's been a survivor of cancer. I mean, it's just so much, so insidious. Lots of people have suffered from it. So this is going to be in memory of my nan, as I say, and we'll see how it goes on. So I'll just dry this one off. And now I'm just dropped the the heat gun. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of this colour. This one is a sandstone. So we're just going to do it in the same way that I'm using the card to scrape it on here. We're just going to do the same here. See, that time I tried not to put on too much, and maybe that wasn't quite enough. So a little bit more, because I want to come up the top here with a little bit. And I'm just going to dry this one off as well. So I bought some stamps the other day at the RSPCA shop, and and I bought it for the script stamp, and I didn't buy it for this particular reason, but I knew it would make it just a good background stamp. So just going to stamp this one up and have a go. See what it, I don't no idea what it prints like yet. Might have to put it on a block, but I don't know. I don't really want it to make, you know, a really doesn't have to be completely covered, because it's just the it's just helping to do the background. It's going to be in the background, so it doesn't have to be fabulously printed out. That'll do. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is use this stencil here, and I'm just going to give it a light spray with a Dylusions ink spray I've got here, just to see. Taking it off a little bit there as well, because I wasn't sure how vibrant that would be. It's quite vibrant, but we'll dry this one off as well. Okay, what I'm going to do next is spray some vintage Cosmic Shimmer on here, and I've got some elements that I've already sprayed the Cosmic Shimmer with, and I've prepped them with gesso and sprayed them with the shimmery misty thing, and I'm just going to give it a little bit of a squirt on here too. It does help if you don't squirt it on yourself. That was just going to be a light spray because I'm not sure what it will look like, and we'll dry that off too. So this is the picture of my nan that I'm intending to put on here too. So it'll go around something like that. I might just trim around her a little bit, but I'm not quite sure yet. be able to put the photograph actually on, I've had to remove some of the pieces then because they need to be on top of the photograph. So it's actually it's not a photograph. What I've done is just printed it out on some paper. And yes, this is my Nan. And yes, I do look like her. Okay, as I say, I had to pull up a few of the elements there while I was putting it down. So let's continue by getting another glue stick. Okay, so what I've done is I've taken off these other flowers because they just didn't look right. They looked a bit, I don't know. So yeah, so I'm just going to pop these other flowers down. I was going to add some smaller flowers as well, but I can't find where my other flowers are because I'm not fully unpacked yet. But I did find a couple of little things that my Nan was started off her life in service. She was what they called a tweenie, which was a below stairs, sort of like an in-between person who used to go neither below stairs nor upstairs, but she used to be like in between the floors, so she was a tweenie. And then later on she was a cook and a seamstress also. So I've just found a couple of little things that I had tucked away there. This is a little ruler, so that can go in, tuck in away there in between the flowers. And a little sewing machine. I'll always remember the Singer sewing machines. It's a great memory of my Nan. So that can be tucked in there also. And a couple of little corners just to go up here. And I think that will be about it for sticking things on. I'm just going to give a little buff on some of these pieces here because I've managed to take off some of the shine that is there, so we'll just pop this on as well. So just tone down some of the shimmer a little bit also. Don't know whether you noticed, but my nan's photograph is actually originally a black and white one, but it was the original piece was hand coloured, hand tinted, or whatever they called it, because it was just black and white photographs in those days. I think I'm just going to go over some of the edges now with a little bit of gelato. Because it is a little bit bright. Got my glue strings too. So there we go, that's my hashtag Think Pink art, and it's in remembrance of my Nan. The camera's moving so much, of course, because the boat's moving too. There's nothing I can do about that, so sorry. Yes, in remembrance of my Nan, who died of bowel cancer. Tragedy. It was not a pleasant ending for her, but she did live a long life. So, you know, I don't know what I'm trying to say there. It's just I miss her and think of her all the time, as I do my granddad. And yeah, so not really a lot to say about that. I hope to see you again soon, and I hope you like my little altered canvas in memory of my Nan. See you again soon. Bye.